Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most incredible communication systems in the entire animal kingdom, the secret language of dolphins.
So let's start with the big question, the one that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. Do dolphins actually have names for each other? Well, the short answer is yes, but the real answer is honestly so much cooler than you can probably imagine. It opens up a window into a social world so complex, we're really just scratching the surface.
All right, so the key to this whole name thing isn't a word like you or I have. It all comes down to a very specific, very unique sound that scientists have a great name for: the signature whistle. To put it simply, a signature whistle is basically a dolphin's personal acoustic calling card. It's not just some random noise. Each whistle has its own unique tune, a very specific pattern of frequencies that lets every other dolphin know exactly who is speaking. And what's absolutely amazing about these whistles is that they aren't born with them. They have to learn them. Each one is totally unique to the individual. And get this, it can stay the same for more than 10 years, which is a huge chunk of a dolphin's life. And maybe the wildest part, we can't even hear them. The pitch is way, way too high for our ears. So if they aren't born with these signature whistles, how in the world does a dolphin get its name? Well, this is where it gets really incredible. They don't just copy another dolphin. They actually go through a process of genuine invention. It pretty much happens in 3 steps. First, a young calf spends its time just listening, soaking in all the different whistles from its family and community. Then it starts to practice, modeling its own whistle on the sounds it likes. But here's the brilliant part. It doesn't just make a copy. It creatively modifies the sound, tweaking the melody to make sure it's one of a kind. It's literally inventing its own acoustic identity. And here's a really beautiful little detail that shows just how deep those social bonds go. Scientists have found that male calves often end up with signature whistles that sound a lot like their mothers. It's not a perfect copy, but you can hear the resemblance. It's like this constant audible reminder of that critical mother-calf relationship. For a really long time, we thought that was pretty much the whole story. You know, a signature whistle is just a name. End of story. But it turns out there are all these other layers of information packed into that one sound that we were totally missing. The big breakthrough came when scientists started thinking of a whistle as a face you can hear. Think about it for a second. Your face has fixed features, your nose, your eyes that tell people who you are. That's like the whistle's fixed melody. But your face also has expressions, a smile, a frown, that show how you're feeling. Well, the whistle does that too, with tiny variations that signal emotion. It's identity and feeling all rolled into one sound. And you want a perfect example of this? When a mother dolphin talks to her baby calf, she actually changes her whistle. She uses a higher pitched and a much wider range of notes. That's right, it's dolphin baby talk. It's a behavior called motherese, and it's something humans do all over the world. It's a stunning case of 2 totally different species arriving at the exact same solution for communicating with their young. And the complexity just keeps getting more and more mind-boggling. Dolphins can actually copy another dolphin's whistle, which is essentially like calling them by name, a skill that is incredibly rare in the animal kingdom. Sometimes groups of males will even develop a shared whistle, kind of like a team name. And when different pods meet up, they have this whole protocol where they blast their signature whistles back and forth to introduce themselves. Okay, so this is all incredibly cool science. But why does it really matter? Well, because when you understand how complex this language is, it completely changes how you think about the threats that dolphins face in our loud, modern ocean. Remember that face you can hear idea? Okay, now I want you to imagine trying to get through your day, recognizing your friends, reading their emotions, if every single face you saw was suddenly blurry and out of focus. That's what the constant noise from our ships does to a dolphin's world. It's the acoustic equivalent of their entire social lives going blurry. So what this means is that ocean noise isn't just an annoyance. It's a direct assault on their ability to find each other, to call out to one another, to express their feelings, and to keep their families and social groups together. This isn't just noise. It's the slow-motion dismantling of a deeply complex society. And that really leaves us with this final kind of profound thought. We now know that in just a single whistle, a dolphin is packing in its name, its feelings, and its intentions. It's a level of sophistication we're just now starting to get our heads around. And it just makes you wonder, if they have names and faces in their voices, what else is out there that we're not even hearing